What is going on, Elder Scrolls Nation? I am Skullzi and I am doing awesome. Hopefully you are too. This video will be short. I had an interesting thought that I wanted to share with all of you and get your opinion on. When you think of the Elder Scrolls 6 and all of the amazing things it could be, one of the most speculated topics is where the game will take place. Will it take place in Elsewhere, like I hope? Will it take place in Valenwood or Blackmarsh? These seem to be the most popular and discussed choices, but what if the Elder Scrolls 6 takes place in more than one region? Is there anything that can maybe give us a hint or at least a direction on where to even begin speculating about where the setting for the Elder Scrolls 6 could be? Maybe, but also maybe not, like most things regarding the Elder Scrolls 6 and all the rumors and speculation. But I thought of something and I definitely want to hear your opinion on this one, and it involves Elder Scrolls Online. Love it or hate it, Elder Scrolls Online may have a small influence on the single-player Elder Scrolls games in a way we may not have thought of before. The Elder Scrolls Online has obvious major differences from the Elder Scrolls single-player games, one of which is how certain regions look in ESO as opposed to how they look in the single-player games. While they do have obvious similarities and you can kind of see landmarks and stuff that stand out to you and know, okay, this is Skyrim, okay, this is Morrowind, for the most part in terms of geography, where roads are, towns are, it's usually pretty different. But think about this. The new expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online was recently announced, and it'll take place in the Somerset Isles. Now, the Elder Scrolls 6 is estimated to come out sometime between 2020 and 2024. It's likely we could get another ESO expansion by then. Most likely we probably will, but maybe not. And even if we don't, we would have had a dose of the Somerset Isles somewhat recently, even by that point in time. And because of this, it could rule out the Somerset Isles as being a possible location in the Elder Scrolls 6. Of course, this is all speculation. There is no way we could know any of this unless Bethesda told us this themselves. And we all know that shit isn't going to happen, so speculate we must. If the Somerset Isles is involved in this major expansion and the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out even 4 to 6 years after it, I'd say there's a small chance we could still see the Somerset Isles as a setting in the game, but most likely if, and hopefully if, the Elder Scrolls 6 had multiple regions. Most likely if it did, it would only be 2. Maybe you'd start in the somewhat familiar place of the Somerset Isles, having your recent dose of the Somerset Isles somewhat a few years ago, but then you go off somewhere else later on in the game, maybe Valenwood, Elsewhere, wherever the second region would be. I think that would be awesome. But what I want to know is, what do you think about all this, Elder Scrolls Nation? Do you think the recent Somerset Isles expansion rules the location out from being the possible setting in the Elder Scrolls 6? If your comment wins the internets, I may feature it in a future video. And if you want to be in the know about the Elder Scrolls 6 or Bethesda news or just gaming stuff in general, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can be the first to watch new videos. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter as I give important channel and news updates there as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when some necromancer asshole resurrected that gigantic fucking squirrel on Skooma for science. And yeah, I do think Bill Nye was involved in this resurrection.
Bye, have a great time.